Hi, I'm Colorado Secretary of State Scott Gessler. Well, another legislative session is here, and I want to tell you about our priorities for this session. For Colorado businesses, I'm committed to keeping our fees lowest in the nation and making sure our customer service continues to beat best practices worldwide. And for voters, we'll try to fix some of the problems from last year's partisan elections bill while protecting our elections. First, we're beefing up protections against business identity theft. Colorado leads the country in fighting business identity theft, in large part because the Department of Public Safety and the Colorado Bureau of Investigation have worked with us to seek out and punish business identity thieves. One thing government should do is protect Coloradans from crime. So we're seeking legislation to add resources to the Identity Theft Task Force so we can better protect Colorado businesses. Second, we want to make it easier for charities to raise funds through nonprofit gaming. Veterans groups, schools, churches, and fraternal organizations all rely on bingo and raffle to raise funds. Unfortunately, charitable bingo and raffle games are on a downward slope, and that's bad news for the charities that rely on these fundraising methods. So we've worked to propose cleanup and modernization legislation that benefits charities while complying with the Constitution. This will mean more revenue for nonprofits that play a critical role in strengthening our communities. Finally, we'll try to fix some of the glaring problems from last year's one-sided election changes. Even though Colorado is a top performer nationally, last year the legislature and governor passed the most one-sided election law rewrite in memory. They reduced voter choices while opening the door to fraud, and they did it without a single vote from the minority party. My office now has to implement that law while protecting the integrity of our elections. We've had to put business projects on hold, and we'll spend almost $2 million more in business fees to try to meet the new mandates. At the Secretary of State's office, we have a can-do attitude, and at the same time, we'll propose ways to fix some of the worst problems, and maybe convince the governor and General Assembly to act in a bipartisan manner, rather than freeze out other voices. You can monitor legislative proposals online, and I'm always interested in hearing how we can be more efficient and better serve you. Thanks for listening.